Okay, let's proceed. Kindly read our objectives.
Oo.
Okay. Mao na tong objectives. Kindly read. Can you please read
Okay,
the less
let's proceed.
objectives, our
Can you
objectives?
please read the less objectives, our objectives?
At the end of the lesson, the students are expected to A. Define literal and figurative language. B. Classify text into literal or figurative. C. Create sentence which use literal and figurative language.
Okay, thank you, Miss Marge. That would be our objectives for today's lesson. Okay, moving on, let's have our brain booster activity. Identifying the what's our activity, guys? And then, sentence number one, what is the answer? The flower smells sweet. What do you think is the answer? Is it A, B, or letter C?
Now,
Okay, I will be giving you 5 seconds to answer the first question, the first sentence. Are you done?
yes.
Okay, next question, next sentence. We have, can you read?
The RBC as bees.
Okay, thank you, very good. What do you think is the answer?
Letter C.
You can write it on your paper. Let's check after, okay? Are you done?
Yes.
Let's have our number three. Number three, kindly read the sentence.
She is as fast as a cheetah. Cheetah?
Very good. Okay? Okay, let's go back to sentence number one. What do you think is the answer?
Letter A.
Very good. That's the correct answer. Letter A is the correct answer. Let's move on to sentence number two. What do you think is the answer?
Letter C.
Oh, yes, letter C is the answer. Very good. Okay, let's move on to sentence number three. What is your answer for sentence number three?
It's letter C.
Very good. I think you get all of these questions correct. Correctly, that's very good. I think you really understood our activity right now. Thank you, Miss Marge.
You're welcome.
Okay. Our activity, our lesson for today rather is literal and figurative language. Okay, let's define first what is literal and figurative language.
Our activity, our lesson for today rather is literal and figurative language. Okay, let's define first what is literal and figurative language. But before that, I want you to read the meaning or the definition. Okay, kindly read. Okay, so literal language, from the word itself, literal, it means exactly what it states. Okay, for example, the robot extended its arms. The summer was even more exciting than usual. He weighs 68 pounds. Okay, the example itself, these have literal meanings. Okay, do you understand? When we say literal, it means what it say. If I say you are beautiful, then you are beautiful. If I say Rhea is fat, then Rhea is fat. Or Rhea is chubby, then Rhea is chubby. It literally means what it says, okay? Or it states. For, for instance, okay, for sentence, for example, number one, the robot extended its arms. We have here the statement number one. The meaning of the statements, it says that it is exactly mean what it says. It exactly means what it says. The robot extended its arms. There is no hidden meaning in it, okay? And for example number two, we have this summer was even more exciting than usual. In statement number two, can you see it here? Here? Oh, can you see it here? In statement number two, the summer was more fun and exciting. That is the literal meaning of the example in number two. And in number three, he weighs 68 pounds. So the literal meaning of the statement is it's that man weighs exactly 68 pounds. Do you get it? Hello? Okay, very good. On we have figurative language. Kindly read the figurative language, Miss Marge. Okay. Sige, sige. Okay, kindly read the examples. Diving equipment. Very good, Miss Marge. So figurative language is actually it is actually the language that you use, but the meaning is abstract itself. It's not unlike literal language where it implies the literal meaning of the word. The figurative language itself is symbolic. Okay, for example, as you can see here in example number one, they carefully set the machine down softly as a feather. You see these what do you call this one? Bold letters. Softly as feather. That is the figurative language in example number one. Softly as feather. Eh, okay, let's see here the meaning of the statements. In statement number one, which is they carefully set the machine down softly as as a feather. So in statement number one, it means they were very careful and just like feather, they were softly handling the machine. So it's very different, right? From the literal meaning, the figurative meaning of the text is very different. But it means the same, but the construction of the sentence is different. For example, in figurative language, it's it's symbolic, it's abstract, okay? Softly as a feather, but the literal meaning of that is they were handling the machine softly. Okay, do you understand, Miss Marge? Oh, very good. Okay, and now in example number two, we have let's power him up. Let's power him up and let him walk the rest of the way himself. So in statement number two, it means that they will encourage the person to operate or walk by himself. So you are actually your figurative language here is let's power him up. Okay? In example number three, they are like ants carrying portable computer equipment, ropes, cameras, and scuba diving equipment. The meaning of the figurative language here is that it means that they are walking in line, bringing their things just like how ants look in real life. Okay, do you understand? Oh, very good, Miss Marge. Okay, moving on, let's practice. Okay, we have here the activity. Do you have your paper and pen with you? Okay. So in your paper, can you kindly read the instruction in this activity? Create kind of local neighborhood. Neighborhood. Oh, okay, very good. Okay. Um in your activity, you can write three sentences of literal language and three sentences for figurative language. It means that you can just write three sentences. Number one, we have you can let me refer you here. Okay. In number one, two, and three, you can write literal language, examples of literal language or sentences. Just like here, for example, the robot extended its arms. The summer was even more exciting than usual. He weighs 80 pounds. Just like this. Can you do that? You can do it? Can you do it? Hello? That is for literal language. And then for figurative language, you have these examples. These are only examples, class, but you can make your own. Okay? Hello? Okay.
Okay, time's up. Okay, let us check.
Choppy.
Madungog ko?
Oh, madungog na.
Hello? Okay, let's
Hello?
proceed. Time's up. Okay, time's up. Okay, can you hear me? Am I
Okay, since
audible?
we are
Yes, ma'am.
Hello?
Ma'am?
thank you. Thank you, Marge,
Okay,
for
can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
online class.
Okay,
I hope you learned a lot
since
today.
I am just using my phone to record, no?
I am
You can
outside
just
because
say it in front of the class language. You can
Okay,
just
thank you.
say it out loud. Number 1, 2, and
Remember
3,
to
and then your
press the
figurative
same
languages.
comment.
Number 1,
Okay.
2, and 3. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye,
Okay. For literal
everyone.
language, can you say it? In a second.
Okay, number one.
I cannot see you.
Our
Literal,
Number 1.
number one, she is beautiful. Number two, she is kind.
Bye.
Number three, he is handsome.
Look.
Okay, very good. It means that you really understood our lesson. Okay, very good, Miss Marge. Moving on, let's have our figurative languages. 3 sentences for figurative languages. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Number one, she is beautiful as a flower. Number two, she shines like a star. Number three, I love you from moon and back.
Yeah. Okay, that was an excellent sentences, okay? It seems that you really understood our lesson for today, class. And to confirm that one, class, let's have our short quiz, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you ready? We'll be
Yes,
guiding
ma'am.
you in answering this one, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you ready? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now for our evaluation, kindly read letter A.
Letter A, figurative or literal. Write F in the sentence is figurative language and L if it's literal. Write your answer before the number.
Okay. If the sentence is figurative language, you have to write letter F. Okay, in the blank. Okay, the state provided of all here. We have blanks for one before the number, and you have to write L if it's literal, if it has literal meaning, or the sentence conveys literal meaning. Okay, you have to write your answer before the number. The space here on the blank is provided. Okay, do you understand the instruction?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Number 1. Kindly read.
Okay lang. A language that has no comparison and did not exaggerate or understate the situation.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Okay, number 1. A language that has no comparison and did not exaggerate or understate the situation. What do you think is the answer? Is it letter F? Does it contain figurative language, or is it letter L if it's literal language? What do you think is the answer?
It's letter L.
Okay, very good. It's letter L. It's literal language because it does not exaggerate or understate the situation, nor uses a language that contains comparison. Okay? Very good. You got number 1 correctly. Number 2. Kindly read.
A language that uses words exactly according to their conventionally accepted meaning or donation.
Okay, number 2. You read.
A language that uses words exactly according to their conventionally accepted meaning or donation.
Okay. In number two, a language that uses words exactly according to their conventionally accepted meaning or denotation. Okay.
Okay,
What
very good. Very good. Uncle Guillermo rolled his eyes. The answer is letter L. It has literal meaning. Okay, the sentence composes or comprises of literal meaning. It has literal meaning, I mean. Okay, number four. She set the machine down softly as a feather. What do you think is the answer for number four? Softly as a feather. Letter F. Okay, very good. It's letter F because it is a figurative language. Softly as a feather is a figurative language. Okay, number five. They look like a cloud in the sky. What do you think is the answer? Is it letter F or letter L? Okay, very good. Look like a cloud in the sky is a figurative language. Therefore, the answer is letter F. What about number six? The robot parted the vines. Okay, very good. Why do you think it's letter L? Okay, good. Very good. It has a literal meaning. The sentence has a literal meaning. Okay? What about number seven? This thing weighs a ton. What do you think is the answer? Okay, very good. What about number eight? He weighs 55 pounds. Letter L. Hello? Is it letter L or letter F? Is it letter L or letter F? Number 8. Okay, very good. Why do you think it's letter L? The answer is letter L. A. Correct. Okay, let's proceed to number 9. She is pretty. Okay, the answer is, what is your answer? Okay, letter L. Last number would be number 10. He is drowning in the sea of grief. What do you think is the answer? Drowning in the sea of grief. Okay, it's letter F because it contains figurative language. Okay, very good. I think that you got all the numbers correctly. You got 10 correct numbers. You got 10 correct numbers. Okay, let's move on. We have our assignment. Kindly read. Okay. Do you understand the instruction of the assignment? Um, okay. So in a one-note sheet of paper, you must create an essay. You can create any essay of your chosen topic. It can be all about academic, um, academic stuffs or um, environmental issues. You can choose that as your topic. It depends upon you. Okay. Afterwards, the student must underline each sentence. So you have to underline each sentence of your essay according to which um language it belongs, like figurative language or literal language. If it's figurative language, you have to underline the sentence. Take note. Sentence using blue ball pen. And if it's literal language, you should use the black ball pen. Okay? Do you understand? Okay. Very good. Okay.